special with me, Chris, and I've got, as always, Peter with me. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Chris. Hello, Paul. Hello,
Sorry,
public.
Hello, and Paul.
Hello, FFUKers.
Thank you very much, and hello, Paul, Mr. Cups. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Chris. Very well. Good evening. How are you doing? You all right?
Yeah, very good, very good. All looking forward to the third round draw for the FFUK Cup, which we will come to shortly. But before we do that, let's just quickly look back on our game week 14s. How did we do? And more importantly, how did you get on in your cup tie? Pete, I'll come to you first. How did you get on?
So I had a relatively good week this week. I took a punt on Sun captain over Vardy captain, which scored me a couple of extra points. But across the board, my team did okay. I was already in a relatively safe place in the cup, I'll be honest. So I finished about 50 odd up. But I think my opponent is down on 5th page for the month. So I shouldn't take too much credit. But yeah, happy to get through.
Good. And what about you, Paul? How did you get on?
In the cup, did well. I think my final differential versus my cup opponent was 106 points. So it was pretty comfortable in the end. That
wow.
So into FFUK Cup round 3. Had a reasonable week, 61 points. It was good, despite a Mane captain fail. The rest of the squad did pretty well, particularly the VVD double goal, which was very nice.
Very nice.
Pete,
can I just say something? Yeah, I just mentioned that that 106 lead may be something to do with Paul doing quite well at the moment.
Yeah, he is actually joined top of the FFUK league, I believe. Is that correct?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that right? I hadn't noticed. Is that?
Yeah. No, it's rather good. Well, like old times, Paul.
Was it 3 years ago?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you've got alongside you, you've got Justin McCarthy, who's kindly written the latest review this week. So he's done a cracking job, and he's right up there with you. And there's a couple of other ominous names up there as well. I noticed Alan Tompkins is right up there, and who else is up there? Tom McEwen. Not Tim McEwen, much to his disgust. Even with a triple captain on Mane. So you're in the draw. You're in the draw for the next round. That's good, yeah. Paul. Myself, I was playing Jimmy Spence in the milk plate. I managed to get through that tie with about 20 points at the end of the month. I had a reasonable month as well for the first time this season, so that's good. So Pete and I will be looking out for the milk plate draw. When is that, Paul? Or when are you going to be putting that live?
Milk plate's already done, basically. So the draw all the way through from the first round of that, so all the losers from the first round of the FFUK Cup went into the milk plate. The draw through for the milk plate through to the final is already done. So everyone's path is already set. So I think, Pete, you are going to be playing, if I open up my spreadsheet and find you, you are playing Kingsley Goodridge in the next round.
Excellent.
And after your excellent win over Jimmy Spence, you've got Matt Frost. So we can certainly publish kind of what that path looks like for the entirety of the draw, and you can sort of pick.
That'd be good. We'll get that up on the website, and obviously this draw as well, which I think I'm going to call out the home teams. Pete's going to call out the away teams, and Paul's going to make a note of the draw.
I will certainly.
Further ado, shall we get to it so we can one other thing, we're going to try a Q&A after the draw itself. So if you're watching on YouTube, use the YouTube comments to ask us a question about anything. It can be FPL related, it can be non-FPL related. We are experts in many things, just not FPL personally, but we'll put questions on anything. So give us your best shot, and we'll have a quick Q&A at the end after the draw, and then we'll go from there. So we crack on.
Let's do this.
Yep.
Let's do this.
So I've got my freshly folded pile of names.
So if you want to You want to lead us off, Chris, with the home teams?
Yep. So the first one pulled out is Ryan Corbett.
Ryan Corbett, and he will play
Lewis Bell.
Nice opening tie to come out. And the next one I had is Stephen Watson.
Stephen Watson.
And he will be playing Andy Jackson.
Excellent. Jackson, yep. Okay. Next tie coming out. Oh, is one from the WhatsApp crew. And site poster and all-round good bloke, Stu Allen.
Stu Allen. Will he get a big tie? Let's find out. An informed player at the moment. It's Uncle Duncan. Duncan Galloway.
Oh, big tie.
My uncle, yeah. So he's flying at the moment. So Stu's got his work cut out.
He certainly does.
Okay, next one. Came to the previous meetup. It's Dean Cummings, also doing well up the league. I think he's in top 20, maybe even top 10.
And he will be playing Adam Pearson.
Good tie. Just give these a little shake. And the next one I've got is Dave Windsor.
Dave Windsor will play
Nick Hardy.
Excellent. Give him another shake. Next one I've got is Bradley Klein.
I always think you can't do too much shaking, can you?
No.
It's always worth just. Next up, we have Trevor Dennison.
Okay. So Trev's from the WhatsApp group, so I'm sure he'll be watching. And next up, our next home tie is Pete's mate from Watford, Chris Ward.
Also having a good season.
Yeah.
And he will be playing Lee Bedford.
Interesting tie. Okay, next one. It's Jack Ryan's brother, Dan Ryan.
Dan Ryan?
Yeah.
Daniel Ryan, yes, sorry.
Daniel Ryan, yeah.
People's names in exactly the way that they appear in
sorry.
yellow, otherwise I get confused.
And he will be playing Wayne Pearson.
Wayne Pearson. Relative to Adam, no doubt.
Yes, I would think so, yes.
Away times.
Okay, next one. Another guy from the WhatsApp group, Vince Siracusa.
And he will be playing Reece Richardson.
Oh, excellent. No questions have come in yet, so obviously all the viewers are at home thinking hard.
Many viewers.
And we have a big one. It's Mr. Paul Baker.
Oh, here we go.
Good job you're not picking out this guy. Yeah, give it a little shake, Pete. This is a big one.
I should really, shouldn't I? Okay, so this is the current top of the league. Is going to be playing Steve Green.
Steve Green.
Steve
Green.
I think there was a chance I could have got Justin there. That would have been an interesting top of the table.
Oh, that would have been massive. Okay, next one here is Richard Green.
Oh,
all the greens.
Yeah.
And he will be playing our good friend Jamie Stewart, JDS.
Jamie Stewart.
Okay. Next one is another big name from the WhatsApp group, Sam Blake.
Oh, Blakey, who have you got?
Who's Blakey up against?
Another Sam. Sam Parker.
Sam Parker.
Sam Darby.
He had the biggest margin of victory in the previous round. I think he won his tie by 111 points.
Wow.
Amazing.
Okay, the next one is Liam Connor.
And I've got, next up, Mark James.
Mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, next one for me is Stan Packham.
And he will be playing Justin McCarthy.
Yeah, there he is.
There we go.
There's a fixture.
Okay. Next one, another guy from the WhatsApp group and the head-to-head, Stu Newton.
No way. He will be playing, I don't know if they're related, Shane Newton.
Shane Newton. Tell me they are related. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
After
Newton
the Downey inter-family rivalry in the first round.
Yeah, we'll find out from Stu. Okay, next one here is Dan Gunner.
And he will be playing Sean Griffin.
Ooh, good one. Okay, next
How do you
one,
spell
Sean S-E-A-N.
Yeah, we sort of autofill on Excel here. So.
Yeah. Samuel Breen is next.
Sam Breen, I think he was a prize winner last year. And
Yeah.
he will be playing Amar Shah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
17 ties complete, just over halfway through, lads. Well done.
Good, good. Next one I've got is Paul Reed.
And he will be playing the legend that is, where am I? Grant Laurie.
Oh,
Laurie, that's a big game.
look forward to Grant asking who he's got in about 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. What's this cups thing again?
Yeah. Okay, so next tie, I've got our man from the north who lives in the south, Ronnie Friel.
Hey, Anna's brother.
And he will be playing Jack's brother, Chad Ryan.
Chad Ryan.
So I know I've still got some good names in here to come out.
Oh, it's got plenty good names. Yeah.
Here's the next one. For me, James Preble. Chelsea fan.
And he will be playing the legend that is, where am I? Matt Reed.
Matt Reed.
Reedy.
That's a good tie. That's a good tie, that one.
Okay. Next, I've got the guy who knocked me out of the cup last season, Mike Cowans-Kebby.
Mike Cowans-Kebby, not work colleague.
Yeah, I remember that. It was devastating for Chris.
Yes.
And he will be playing Mark Spear.
Nice. Okay. And we have a lady up next. It's Gemma Gibson.
Gemma Gibson. Okay.
Hello, mate. It's Ben Eastwood.
Nice.
22 complete, 10 to go.
Okay. Next one for me is another man who's having a good season, Jason Beeler.
I still have 10. Thank you for the update. And Jason Beale will be playing Adam Vardy.
Adam Vardy.
Nice.
Jamie's up.
Adam's having, I think Adam's up in like just above the top 20. So I think it's his first season with us. So also doing well.
Yeah, he came to the first meetup. Okay, next one is Gregory Lyford.
Gregory Lyford.
And he will be playing Jamie Cooper.
Very nice. Okay, next one I've got is Ashley Cox.
Oh, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
He will be playing Tom Stacey.
Mm.
Stacey.
Tom, I'm sure you're watching.
Yep. Okay. Next one I've got is I think this guy is the one who knocked me out in the first round. John Wilson.
John Wilson.
And he will be playing the wonderful Harrison Drake.
Lovely.
Harrison Drake.
Okay. And next up I've got Dan McBrearty. Always does well in the league.
Yeah.
Pretty.
He will be playing Jamie Stevens.
Should be 5 left, I reckon. Okay, next one. Next one for me. Another chap who came to the last meetup, Clayton Deakin.
Clayton Deakin.
He's got
Name of somebody who should be on the radio.
Yes.
Sorry.
Andrew Downey.
Andrew Downey. Conqueror of James Downey, obviously. Okay. Four to go. Right, here's one. Matt Page Chatton, one of our junior FFUK.
Yes.
Fair play to Matt.
Very well to keep winning in the cup.
And he's playing Big Damo, Damien O'Neill.
This is Damo. Excellent.
Magnificent.
Well, that's one of the highlights of the round so far.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one I've got is Alan Ffuk.
I think I've got my brother still to come, maybe.
Oh, nice.
But here is my old mate in Australia, Kane Sinclair.
Kane Sinclair versus Alan Ffuk.
Scott
Nice.
Hairdresser before he left, of course, which we usually reference.
Is he not a hairdresser anymore?
Yes, but because he's in Australia, he doesn't cut Scott the Phoenix Volker's hair.
Yeah, well, that's a loss. Yes, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how it is for Scott.
I have Paul Brown.
Paul Brown. Oh, the lethal Paul Brown. What will he do next? And he has got my little bro, Steve Cronin.
Steve Cronin. Big side.
One left, and it is the legend that is Darren Russell.
And he's got a gentleman by the name of Jez Penn.
Very nice.
And that's gentlemen, now 3 ties.
That's it, yeah. So Paul will write that up, and we'll get that up on the site as soon as possible. And there's some good ties there, which is nice. We have got 1 or 2 questions that have come in, not loads. So if you're watching, and I can see that there are a few of you watching, feel free to send us a question because we will definitely have time to answer it. Steve Cronin from Amersham has asked, he's asked, what Palace players are you looking at, if any? So,
good question. That is a good question.
I mean, I'm happy.
Their upcoming fixture run just looks fantastic. I mean, something like the next 12, 14 game weeks or something like that. They've got a really, really great run.
Yeah.
For me, the question is attack or defence. I think with Crystal Palace.
I've already got IU.
Oh, have you? Okay. Right.
Yeah, I've already got IU, but he's going to sit on my bench. Their attack is not strong stats-wise at the moment.
Yeah.
Zaha is obviously coming in form. I'll be honest, I've brought him in this week for Mount, which was a direct swap price-wise, which I was surprised by. Hopefully no one's watching this, so they will copy me. But that's not a bad move at the moment.
So they don't really attack very well. You've got 2 of their attackers.
Well, yeah, one's on the bench, and I think Zaha will be the one when he hit. I mean, he's a patchy player historically, but when he hits a bit of form, and their fixes are beautiful, so it's like play every game, job done. Don't worry about it. My fear was that Mount's going to be rotated going through December, so I don't. And his returns are relatively low, so I don't want to sit on him. Kelly, is the other one that I will bring in if I think there's any chance of him getting 5, 6, 7 games at his price.
With the Joel Ward injury, it looks like he might be. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how long Ward's out for, but it looks like it's a good few weeks. So Kelly should be the one to deputise for him. So probably. Certainly to over the Christmas period, Kelly should have relatively secure start. So I think he's 4.1. So he's definitely,
he's so cheap.
Definitely an option.
And the thing is, a playing player on the bench at 4.1, it's like it's a no-brainer over the Christmas period. I don't think it's that easy to predict returns over the Christmas period, to be fair. But it's
you've
just
got 4.1 with security of starts, then
exactly.
That's like gold dust. So
I suppose the only issue is that Lundstrom gives us all a cheap defender we want to play, or at least have first on our bench. So I guess even if you've got Palace defender,
on your bench, are you?
Well, no, he's either playing or he's a first on people's benches. That's what I'm saying.
I straight my team every week. I'm not leaving that man on the bench again.
Oh, fair enough. Interesting. Okay.
Can't
we've been punished so many times, and he keeps on getting shots off. So, I think you're probably right. But even more so than if he's playing, you've probably got 1 or 2 defenders behind him who are cheaper than him. It's just, I just haven't really needed to change my defence for a little while. I guess I'm all about the attacking players changing them round. I guess
he's only got about 1 defender in front of him. That's worth more.
I know, yeah, I know. No, he's been immense. He's probably, he could go down as the best ever fantasy player for sort of value-wise.
In terms of points per million, absolutely incredible.
Sheffield United's defensive stats are really good as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're not many goals, so the double chance there is.
Taking outside, back to the Crystal Palace thing. I was looking at the defence. One option, I guess, is to go higher value and go for a Van Arnholt, but I'm just not sure.
It's a lot to spend, isn't it?
There's the clean sheet potential.
When you can have Cahill or one of the fullbacks the other side cheaper, it just feels like. I know he's got attacking stats, but let's be fair, you're going to have TAA or Robbo and Lundstrom. How many can you fit in? Yeah, exactly. So I think the cheaper ones are going to be more. The other one is the goalkeeper, Gaeta. I think he's 5 million, which isn't cheap, but as you say, those fixtures, he also will get saves. He's a good shot stopper.
Really good.
Yeah, he's a decent keeper. So, So
I don't know. When you look at the likes of Pope's cheaper, Henderson's cheaper.
But if you've got a free transfer at the moment, and you're thinking, I could swap a keeper here because I've got 2 transfers and my team looks all right. I think a Palace keeper is as good an option as anyone for the next, as you say, 10, 12, 13 game weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got another question that's just come in, and it's for it's for Paul directly, and it's from the man joint top of the league alongside you. It's from Justin McCarthy, and he's asking, I'll put it up on the screen. There we go. You can see it now. Will you play the kids in the cup? Could be a distraction from your league challenge.
If only I had a choice of which team to play.
To
be honest, I guess, you're just trying to get the best score you can week by week and hope it's enough, either in the league or the cup. I don't think. I know some people made some decisions to do with the cup for the last game week, playing triple captains to try and get through.
It was really interesting. I don't really remember that in previous seasons. I don't remember that happening quite so early in the season, and it shows that the cups are followed. Which is really, really good, because obviously Paul spends lots of time organising them. So
that's it.
But some people
and they're worth winning. It's pretty good prize money to be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, if you win the FFUK Cup, it's the equivalent of winning like fourth or fifth place. I think fifth or sixth place in the league. So you'd argue that it's easier to win a cup than it is to finish fifth or sixth in our league. It's pretty hard. So yeah, no, it's definitely worth doing. And now this season we've got this 2 cups plus a third cup coming as well. So if you haven't seen that, viewers. There is a FFUK Champions League starting after Christmas. On the website at the moment is how it works, and coming soon will be how to qualify. And if you can understand both of those, then you're a better man than me.
Good luck.
It's a little bit complicated, but it'd be worth
blame
it.
You, don't blame me.
Well, I think you're partly to blame, Paul, but no, it's great. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah, it's genius. But it is fiendishly
One thing, the
complicated.
big eye-opener for me, to be honest, when I was sort of going through kind of how sort of figuring out how it work, is just how complicated the qualifying process is for the Champions League. It's absolutely mental. I don't know what they were smoking when they came up with this process.
73 teams or something like that, yeah.
There are 5 separate qualifying rounds before you get to the group stage. 5!
Which of course in the FFUK version is going to be absolutely brutal because it's all going to be drawn. So you could pick a team that's got 5 qualifying rounds, or you could pick a team that's going to go straight through to the
group stage, and it's a random.
Yeah, you see, previously I was all for getting one of the early teams and from Andorra or somewhere and booking myself a Ryanair flight and getting out there and having a photo taken outside the stadium, and I got so excited I forgot to read all the rules, and then I realised that actually you could be that team, and then if they in real life got knocked out, you would then change to the
other team that won if you won your
team. So I've knocked that on the head, that idea, to be honest. But it was a good idea while it lasted.
It was a good idea.
To get to the final with I don't know.
I think, are we not going to continue with the same team, even if? I suppose you can't, can you? Yeah.
There are 2 options. We could have done it that way, but then we'd have had to have done a draw separate. We'd have had to do our own draw.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
To make that happen. Whereas
for
me, all the draws have already been done. So all you just do is you just follow tie. You follow the winner of that tie. So yes, the team changes, but
so winner of qualifier 1, winner of
and it just carries on. And then it's the knockout stages. You just follow the draws as they get made in real life.
Oh, it's going to be so confusing, but absolutely immense.
I also discovered as well there's a team in the group stage. I think they're from Serbia called Krveda Zebster or something.
Oh, yeah.
Who you said that exactly right.
They entered. Apologies to any Serbians listening. They entered the qualifying stage in the first round of qualifying. So they had to go through the first round of qualifying, second round of qualifying, third round of qualifying, and the playoff rounds. They had 4 rounds of qualifying in total to get through to the group stage. It's an absolutely phenomenal achievement.
Amazing.
Fair play.
Amazing. Okay, so I've got a couple more questions. One very quick one. We'll just try you on this one. Peter, have Liverpool already won the Premier League? Yes or no?
No.
Paul?
Yes.
Okay, so 50-50. Shall I give my answer?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yes, they have. They've won the league already. So that's that one decided. Excellent. Next question, Peter. Who is worse at the moment, Arsenal or Man United?
Well, that's very difficult.
Okay.
I'd say Arsenal, actually. I think United sort of ticking along, but Arsenal are, their defence is awful. They're scrapping by getting the odd goal. No, I mean there's not a lot in it, to be fair, but I'm gonna go for Arsenal.
Okay,
I'd agree. Just by dint of the fact that they're the one who've sacked their manager. So I think that probably, that's one.
But they're above Man United.
But they are above Man United. So I think obviously both are under horribly at the moment.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think I'd probably have a little bit more confidence if I was a Man United fan, just because I just think Solskjaer is going to turn it around. I really do. I think they'd be mad to sack him. I think he will. And I think there's a better chance of him turning Man United around than whoever the next guy is who comes in at Arsenal turning Arsenal around.
They need a lot of restructuring, I think. Yeah.
But,
okay. Next up is an FBL question. City assets with the currently. What's your thoughts on the best ones to own? Pete, do you want to go first on that one?
Yeah, if you want. So I think KDB is great value, and he moved back into second certainly second highest mid, if not second highest player again this week. You know, I was happy to see the goal go in at the weekend, which was an absolute piece of beauty. And not forgetting FPL, there's a wonder in having that player in your team and them doing something amazing in real life football. It makes it all the more enjoyable. And points wise, he is okay. So he's third behind Vardy and Mane. He's 2 million cheaper than Mane. I just think put him in. He's going to play virtually every game. His form is just as good as it's been in the season before last and previously. Yeah, just a no-brainer for me. Sterling, as we know, has been a bit up and down. He's back in there after another goal this week, but he's 20 points almost behind Mane. Aubameyang looks far better value. Actually, I was quite surprised to see when I looked earlier. He ticks along really, really well. But yeah, Sterling. I've got to hope as a Sterling owner that he gets a hat trick at some point and makes it worthwhile. I wouldn't look at any of their defence at the moment, and their attack is too changeable. So really, for me, it's those two.
Fair enough. What about you, Bakes?
Yeah, similar. I mean, I've got KDB. I think for me, he's bordering on essential for me. I just think he's just churns the points week after week after week. He's guaranteed start. Of all the City attackers, he's the one who's guaranteed the starts, or most guaranteed. He's going to get rested at some point, but most guaranteed the start. So, of course, KDB's number one. I think of the rest of the attackers, it's really, really hard just because of the amount of rotation that goes on. The Aguero injury, I guess, brings Jesus into the frame, but can we rely on him? I'm not sure we can. The only other one from the attack that I'd look at, and I did have him in my team for a while, was David Silva. So when KDB got injured earlier in the season, I brought a straight swap in. Brought David Silva in to replace him. And then I swapped them back a couple of weeks ago. I think David Silva picked up an injury. I think that was maybe one of the reasons why. I think he might be the other one who starts more often than not as compared to the rest of the attackers. I think just that those two guys in behind the front three, he hasn't really got any cover there at the moment for those two players. So I just think those two are going to start pretty regularly. Outside of that, I'm just not sure you talk about Sterling, Pete, but I know the amount of money he costs is too inconsistent. I mean, if he was churning the points like the likes of a KDB or a Mane or someone like that, he'll score a hat trick at some point, and those who've got him will be laughing. But not for me, not for now, not for the amount of money he costs.
He's not showing form consistently enough, really, is he? He's not showing that fire.
He's not even. I don't think he's getting the shots off that he was sort of earlier on in the season. The City used to do that thing. When they're playing at their best, City, they do that thing where they get to the byline and they pass it across. Quite often it's KDB or Bernardo, and Sterling's there just to tap it in. And those are the simplest goals, but you get just as many points for that as you do for a 50-yard screamer. So, and Sterling was scoring, one of those every other game, and certainly getting 2 or 3 chances a game like that. They're just not playing like that at the moment. And I think there's loads of reasons for that, but it all stems from their defence. They don't have their defence or a decent defence, and hence Fernandinho's had to go back there, which then means they've got less cover in midfield. And they're just so short, which is ridiculous to say because they've got infinite money. They've got no excuse for. They should have bought another defender and probably another midfielder. But yeah, I don't have any sympathy for them, but they just don't. They're not at their races, are they? At the moment, they're not playing like they were. Even when Chelsea played them, Chelsea outplayed them for 80 minutes of that game. I know we lost 2-1, but we outplayed them. And if we had a defence, Chelsea don't have much of a defence at the moment. But if any decent defence playing against them should be able to hold them out. And that you just wouldn't have said that before last season or the season before.
I mean, Mendy was looking lethal when he first came into the side a couple of seasons back, or was it last season?
Yeah,
so
last
now
season, yeah.
Very, very average.
He's the other one I'd keep an eye on because if he does come back and get a run in the team, then I think that he might potentially be. Although he's expensive for a defender. So, a question for both of you guys actually just sprung to mind.
Yeah.
Defense is really hard to play at the moment, I'm finding, just because there's no clean sheets about. And those clean sheets there are random. I mean, this week it was Crystal Palace and West Ham, of all teams, keeping clean sheets.
Yeah.
What's your strategy with your defences?
Well,
it's Lundstrom +4, isn't it, really?
Right. Are you looking at any particular types of players? Are you looking for fullbacks over centre-backs, or a bit more attacking? So are you looking for the attacking returns over clean sheets, or just looking to save money by getting cheap defenders?
Yeah. I'm exactly doing that, looking to save money. So I've gone one high, TAA, who I've had for ages and who hasn't been good for me, but he's sort of caught up with Robbo a little bit this weekend. I've got Lundstrom and I've got Soyuncu, who, as a cheap mid-priced defender, and I've only just brought him in, but he's scored well. And then I've got two cheapies on the bench, Rico, and it will be probably Kelly next week or tomorrow as soon as the window opens. I think if I've got any, so I think so Dan and Cahill are out for midweek. The odds are that Kelly's going to get some games.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What about you, Chris?
Well, I've got TAA as well. I had started the season with Van Dijk, got a few points from him at the beginning, and then decided I wanted TAA because his stats are phenomenal for a defender. He's ahead of everyone else, including most midfielders, I think, for chances created. If Liverpool could keep a clean sheet, we'd be laughing, but they can't. And if they could, I'd be doubling up straight away. But it doesn't look like they can at the moment, so there's no point doubling up. So I've got TAA. I'm going to hold him as a season keeper probably. If he was to get injured, I'd swap to Robbo. And I've got Lundstrom, obviously, like everyone else. I've also got Soyuncu because he's a devilishly good-looking chap. So I've got him. And I've also got Tomori because I'm playing 4 at the back every week. So I've got Tomori, and then my fifth defender is Gilbert from Villa, who's actually been quite good for me. So I'm happy with my defence. I'm not even looking to change any of my defence other than maybe to create a bit of funds. Maybe I would look at maybe Tomori to like a cheapie like Kelly or someone to create like 500,000 if I needed it. But yeah, my defence, I mean, you talked about looking for attacking returns. You have to, I think, because the clean sheets aren't there this season for any team. So apart from Leicester, who've had a good run of clean sheets, no other team apart from Sheffield United have had a good run of clean sheets. So you can't be getting defenders in for their clean sheets. You've got to be looking elsewhere. And Gilbert is reasonably attacking. Lundstrom, we know, is a box-to-box midfielder. TAA is attacking, as you say. Soyuncu isn't really attacking, but he's so cheap and plays for Leicester. It's value either way. And Tomori is not really.
When Soyuncu gets that cheeky goal.
He's already got one, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, he was on my bench when he got it as well.
Ooh, that was joyful. Yeah, that was a great moment when that happened.
At the moment, he's sitting on my bench. I can't get him in the team at the moment because I'm only playing 3 at the back, and I've got Lundstrom, and I'm still sitting on Van Dijk, which was great this week with his goals. But ideally, I want to switch him for TAA or Robbo.
Mm.
And I've just brought in Doherty on a bit of a differential kind of slight punt, and they scored this week, which was handy.
Yeah, very nice.
Soyuncu's on the bench now. Can't get him in.
Well, nice problems.
I have a question for you both. Do you think in this run of games in December that means we're going to see teams getting tired and letting in more goals, or do you think there's more likelihood of the clean sheets coming about?
It might go the other way. It might go the other way.
Dominating.
People are maybe because they're a bit more tired. They probably play a bit more conservatively. I don't know. I don't know if there's any stats to back that up one way or the other. To be honest.
Yeah, do you tend to get more or less goals over the Christmas period? I don't know, actually.
I know that around Boxing Day is regarded as high goals. It's usually higher goals than average.
Back in the day, that they always play piss, didn't they? And win
exactly, yeah, 6-all,
stuff like
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think that kind of links us on quite nicely to the next question, and it's regarding the packed festive fixture list. Have you got a golden rule for dealing with it? And I guess that kind of links on from what you were saying, really, Pete. So, Paul, have you got any sort of golden rules for December?
I have to say, I haven't got a golden rule specifically for the festive season. Really, one of my golden rules generally with FPL anyway is always have a strong bench. I don't like, and I know people have different views on this, but I don't like having any player in my 15 who doesn't play regularly. So I'd never go for a Greenwood. I'd never go for a Button, any of those kind of players. Or even really a Kelly who's only comes in when players are injured. And I think over the festive period, like there's going to be a lot of rotation with so many matches, you think. So having a strong bench where if a player's suddenly rotated out randomly, that you've at least got somebody coming off the bench who's going to play. Even if they get 2 points, 2 points is better than no points.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think that's probably is the golden rule, isn't it? This time of the season, you've just got to start looking. I think up to now, you can probably get away with 2 players on your bench. You know, how often do you get 2? But there is the chance in the next 3-4 weeks of games getting called off. So obviously we could lose players that way. Players getting ill the night before because it's just that time of year and that's what happens. Plus all the other Christmas shenanigans that goes on as well.
Also, beware. I think it's game week 18 when Liverpool and West Ham aren't playing. Just don't be tripling up on Liverpool because...
Well, game week 18, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be an issue.
I reckon that'll catch a lot of people out.
Yeah. So yeah.
Anyone not watching this video, probably.
Well,
there's not many game weeks away now, so.
No, so you have to start thinking about it. And I think if you've got 2, you can just about cope, but 3 is a real issue. So okay, well that's good.
Especially if you have a couple of non-players on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mean. So
yeah,
you got a full bench, then it's fine. But yeah.
Okay, we've got one final. Oh, sorry, Pete. Have you got a golden rule or?
No, not really. I mean, just going on from what Paul said. I mean, I don't play with a full 15, but I am seriously concerned about sorting out my my 5th defender, my 3rd sub at the moment, because I know that I probably need that backup. So I'm trying to wing it for this game week, the midweeks, and hopefully won't get stung by random rotation. But yeah, I want to sort
of defenders out there though. There's lots of Willems at Newcastle, seems to be playing every week, gets attacking returns.
Charlie Taylor,
relatively cheap plays every week. So
I've got no budget.
It's the budget, and also it's having the transfer spare, isn't it? Because we all want to do our flair moves. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, the last thing you want to be doing is making a transfer for your second goalkeeper or your 5th.
Well, exactly. Well, actually, if you're going to do it, the time to do it is just before the busy Christmas period, because you might actually get some benefit from it. Because the other thing is, this does feel like a season, perhaps more so now. I think last season as well, where you just know that the big players get rested. You know that Salah's going to miss a game here and there, especially at the moment with his injury. Mane is due a rest because he's played so much football. Sterling, we know, gets rested one in 6 or 7 games, something like that. KDB will get a rest because he's so important. He has to get a rest. So straight away over this Christmas period, you're going to need like 1 or 2 for sure, just for covering your players who get rested. And then that doesn't even count for injuries and things.
Yeah, the only one, and just as you're saying that, Chris, the only one that I'd look at and go, you know what, where it might be a bit different might be Leicester. When they won the title,
I think so.
The same first 11 every single week, didn't rotate at all. I just wonder whether they might do something similar.
Well, they don't have Europe as well, so they've got obviously Europe. I think we've got one more Champions League game, but yeah, they're just playing 1 game a week really, apart from the midweek Premier League fixtures. So yeah, they can afford to. Yeah. So
sticking with your 3 Leicesters probably. Yeah.
Probably, I think. Although the other problem with that is game week 18, they play Man City, so it could be a very low scoring week. That.
True.
Okay, we have one final question, and then we're gonna do one. So thank you everyone for sticking with us. The last question is: you're stranded on a desert island for the rest of your days, and you have to choose one current Premier League player to spend your time with. Who would you choose and why? And Peter, I'm going to come to you first because I think.
Oh, what?
Oh, have you not got an answer yet?
Well.
Okay, well that's fine. Have a think about it.
No, I can give you an answer.
Okay.
So I mean, my natural choice is KDB, but I'm not sure how much use he'd be on a desert island. He'd look nice.
Quite sunny as well. Quite sunny, so he's probably a bit too fair a complexion.
So, yeah, he'd work all day in the shade. He wouldn't be any use at all.
So I mean, on that basis, I think I'm going to go for Kante.
Okay.
He's not an egotistical player, so he'd be all right just chilling with me. He's going to work hard. You know, we need to work hard to survive.
Right.
And worst case, he could teach me French, which is something that I'd really like to do.
Okay.
So I think I think I'll go for Kante if I have to choose a Premier League player. Yeah, I want someone I can chat to a little bit.
Yeah, rightly so. Absolutely. Okay, what about you, Paul?
I'm going to pick Olivier Giroud.
Sexy.
You've gone for the eye candy.
Yeah, he's the best looking man in the Premier League. If you're going to spend all your days, you might as well, somebody who,
make you feel insignificant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm only on a desert island. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm going to be looking at one other human being for the rest of my life. Make it Olivier Giroud. Why not?
Are you going to make a ball out of leaves and then play volleyball with him or something?
We could do that. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Top Gun style. Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? You've got nothing else to do with your time, so. Oh, good. Okay.
And you, Chris. I mean, I think it's only fair that we asked you.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really thought of an answer either. Trying not to be too clever. Because if it was a player ever, I think you've got more choices of things you could go down. Like you could get someone who's good at fishing, like David Seaman, so he could catch a fish for you.
No. Is he good at fishing? I didn't know that.
He's a keen fisherman, so as is Jimmy Bullard. But either of those aren't current players. And I don't know any current players who
Jimmy
fish.
Bullard's barely a Premier League player, let's be honest.
He's a keen fisherman. Keen fisherman. And I don't know which other ones, obviously Ian Wright's in the jungle at the moment, so he's learning some survival skills. Could be very handy. But Ian Wright, not current player.
It's got to be current. It's your question.
I know. So I think I'm going to go for Jesse Lingard because he's so rubbish. He's so rubbish at football. He must be good at something else. So I'm hoping if he's on a desert island for the rest of the time, we'll find out what that is. And he
can play football with it.
I don't think he can do anything. I think
no.
I think Fortnite.
He won't have Instagram. He won't have Fortnite. So he won't have any of those things. He'll just have me and J-Lings. We can invent handshakes and stuff. That'll be Wednesday to Friday every week.
That'll keep me going, to be fair, Chris.
Yeah, and hopefully he fishes. Otherwise, we're fucked. So, okay, well that was a great little Q&A. Thanks for the questions that came in, and yeah, we'll maybe do that again sometime. But yeah, thank you, Paul, for organising all the cup stuff. Lots coming up soon, I think, isn't there?
Yeah, so I'll cut out with an update on the draw and what happened in the last round. So that'll come out in the next 2 or 3 days, and then I think that'll be probably it for now for the cups. And then yeah, if anyone's got any questions on the Champions League when the how to qualify post comes out,
looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. And Peter, any final words of wisdom?
No.
Okay. On that bombshell, we'll leave you to it. And we'll be doing another video, I guess, Paul, sort of around end of the December time.
Yeah, we've got 2 days between the end of the December week, so 30th and the 31st, so sometime around there.
That's pretty good, because last year it was less than 24 hours between the two games.
Really? Right now, we've got 2 days. Yeah, finished on the 29th.
We'll be off work probably, I guess. So yeah, we'll be back for a New Year cup draw then.
That's right.
All right. Thanks very much, Paul. Thanks, Pete, and thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.